we go. We have Mimi. Hi, Mimi.
Hi, hello.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I slept in, so I kind of happy that I did.
Honestly, sleeping in always feels great. I
Mhm,
know it. Lately, though, I've been having the worst sleep ever because my cats
mhm,
have been a little crazy. I don't know if it's October vibes or what's going on.
mhm. But it's just cat things, I have cats too, so I understand.
That's right. You said your cat's sleeping somewhere in the background.
Yeah, she's sleeping like right behind me. Like there, you see it? Her
Oh
right there.
yeah.
Yeah, she's a little
Oh
lump of fur right
yeah. I see it.
here.
I see it. Oh.
Oh, she's sleeping. EP times, EP
Uh,
times.
I mean, it's 12 in the afternoon. What better time to take a nap, right?
It's
But
it's the
Mimi,
best time.
you
Mm.
are in the gaming industry. So tell us a
Mhm.
little bit about that and obviously give us a little bit of young Mimi journey.
Oh, okay. Let's see. So let's say working. First question. Working in the gaming industry has been very fun. I would say I'm very happy I took this route. This is something I really did not expect as a child. Just I always thought I guess future would be like working at a regular company or just working maybe in like a library or school. So I'll get into that why. So I would say growing up, it was a dream to kind of work in the gaming industry. It was not in the cards. Like back in the day, like I was born in 93, so a lot of games were out, like Game Boys, PlayStation 1. I don't think Xbox was up yet, but Dreamcast. And like these are the games like I really really like, or consoles, mainly consoles that I played with as a child, and really really impacted me and my sister. I have an older sister, and it was great for pastime. I did grow up in Long Beach, California. My parents, or my mom, um, were refugee immigrants from Cambodia, actually. So if you have immigrant families, we all know it's very tough. Like, food
Seriously.
was yeah, food is scarce. Everything is scarce. Everything's in scarcity. You have to have these expectations, like do well in school. Like that is like doing bad is not an option. Like we all know that because they would shun you so badly. And of course they want you to have the best than they did. So of course I did school. I did not do the best in school. I was like ABC student. I
C's get
um
degrees.
yes, he's get degrees and like a 4 year. Yeah, so I would say like the transition, I think it was super needed for me. I felt like I lacked the skills from, high school to college. And during that time, it was just not recommended. You got like kind of shame for going to community college back in like, right? Like in 2011, you're like, wow, you're going to community college, you're stupid. Like, no, like, don't, like, like, are you serious? But I'm happy when I went back to school, it was much more accepted. And so no, I'm going to school with younger kids. It's been 4 years, and I'm just like, oh God, I'm so old. Everyone's here's 18, 18, 17. But I told myself I really want to, one, make up all the my bad grades from my Castle Long Beach, and I had to get my GPA from 1.5 to 3.5.
Mhm.
Retaking courses. I took classes mostly what I was interested in, or like my major was history. But if I had to take an option, like they're like, oh, you can take these additional courses. I took a lot of film courses. I love
Ooh,
film.
okay.
And I always thought film and video games kind of like collide together, right? Like great games, they take like a lot of their inspiration from film, right? Like let's
Yeah.
say Hideo Kojima's game, um, his is all like espionage films, right? So I love film and I love games. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna take more film classes, and because of that, I really appreciate like certain cuts and angles, which right now I actually use when I work my production team. I'm like, yo, let's cut this, let's fade out. These are technical things that like I learned in my class, and I super love my professor over there, Professor Andrew Harrington. I think he's still there. Amazing teacher, and because of him, like I was more interested in film more than I already was as a child. So for me, I was just like, this is fun and entertaining, and because of that, like I tied it with history because a lot of films have historical pieces. So when I watch these films, it's like, okay, I can tie with history. With history, I can tie it with video games because my one of my goals actually is to make a video game based on historical. Yeah, like
Ooh, okay,
as a
okay.
history major, history specialist, I would love to have like an accurate game with like accurate historical things that happen. Even if it's a fictional, like I can take piece from like historical things from the U.S. or the world and then put into the game. So,
If you could
mm-hmm,
pitch us, let's say I'm a studio and you're like, "Hey, I'm pitching this game to you." What would it be
mm.
like? What would like what genre and like cuz I know we talked a little bit behind the scenes and you're like, "I personally don't like open world games," which is okay, you know?
Yeah.
So, are you like against open world games? What's the
Uh,
thing there?
I think because I love linear structure.
Mhm.
So when it's linear, it has its own pacing. It has its like this is the intent of the game. Like intent of the game meaning like this is where you're supposed to be at. This is where the growth of the character is supposed to be at. Because open world, I feel like, oh no, I have too much choices.
Yeah. There's too much to do.
Yeah, I'm like for me, I'm like I have no free will. My life
That's
is fated already. Like that's me personally. Like so it's easier. It's like you follow the story and like you see the growth from the character. You see the story kind of develops into I'm going to film again. Like this exposition to the rising climax to the conclusion, right? And I think great games when you follow that treachery, like you get a great game. Like I'm all about story, so. But I also like shooting stuff too. So like sometimes just
true.
like I'm just here to hack and slash. I'm here to just get in there and just go kill.
So, what would your game be like?
mm, I think my game would be like probably RPG. RPG, and probably with maybe a game that's like in a fantasy world, but really like parallel to our world. In terms of like the human complexities, like the characters themselves. But the world can kind of reflect on issues that we have today or in the past and have it more like have a better like sense of like fantasy and escapism a little bit. So like that's like one of my things I didn't mention is like I would play these games to escape. I would play these games like I think we all do like to escape what our life is currently. And I would love to make a game where like people feel safe, people feel like they can replay this game, be like, yo, I love the music, I love the characters, I love the world. I wish as though I was in this world. So
I
I
feel
would
that.
pitch that.
What's crazy is I was just mentioning that, well, in a different context, to be fair, but I
Mm,
was
mm,
saying the same thing, right? We all play video games to escape a little bit and to find
mm.
like-minded individuals as well. So I'm looking forward to when you create a game because I think that sounds really really good. Um, so after UCI, you
Mm.
got a degree in Masters of Art, correct?
Yes, yes.
And,
Asian American Studies was a Master of Arts. Yeah.
and how did that help you get a job at Yoda Games?
Um, it kind of helped. Kind of helped. So I think it helped me, especially in 2020, where oh, COVID, guys. No one was hiring. Oh my God, best time. Like I got my degree, guys. Like I'm like I'm gonna get my master's. Oh God, it's COVID. No one's hiring. And it was terrible. I'm like, oh my God, when you go to school, they're like, hey, start paying your student loans. I'm like, guys,
Oh.
it's been 3 months. Like,
I'm trying my best out here.
I'm trying to best my here. And it was, unexpected. So how it kind of came to be, I actually was hired at a university. I was actually at called DeVry University in Irvine, and I was an international student advisor. So I was helping students get into the school for their masters and helping with their credentials and whatnot. So they'll get like their CBT and like get their visas and whatnot, and then helping these students finish schooling.
Mhm.
But I was only there for like less than a month, and it's so funny. So I applied to Yada months before, and I haven't heard in like 3 to 4 months. And then they reached out to me, and they're like, "We want to do an interview with you." And I'm like, "Oh my God." And I did the interview. They made me an offer, and I was already working at this university for
Oh,
less than a
no.
month, and I already had to put in my 2 weeks. And the thing was, I was very nervous because I'm just like, am I gonna go this safe route, or I'm gonna go to a road that's very like challenge and not everyone will take.
Oh, that's so
And my
scary.
fiance, yeah, it's very scary. But my fiance at that time really helped me on the assessment they gave me, the interview, because he was already working for a video game company at that time. And it was a similar position. So he kind of like really prepped me up, like what I needed to look for in the assessment and what to say. So he really, really helped me. I think if it wasn't for him, I don't think I would be here. Really gave me the confidence because as a gamer, a female gamer, sometimes I get intimidated by boys because they're really good, and my confidence goes down. But I'm like, no, no, fuck it, I'm good. I'm really, really good.
That's
And
right.
so I took that chance and I took the offer, and yeah, I became part of the Yada Games game support specialist, and it was a great opportunity. And we were a three-man team, so it
Wow.
was, yeah, they're pitching to me that like, oh, this is we're opening our new branch in LA, but because of COVID, it's gonna be completely remote. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. And so we were like 1 year. 1 year of remote, and it was great because I didn't have to go outside. COVID was happening, and I was able to make income, for me and
That's true,
my
yeah.
my fiance at that time. And it was at that time the money was okay, like it was fine. And but of course, after I think post COVID, things got more expensive. But at Yada, I really learned how to like do the logistics of gaming, where like it was a ticketing system, helping players with their accounts, and like very, very like customer service based. But because I
Mhm.
came from customer service, right, it really helped. And this is where, because we were kind of like a startup, I got to work with um our general counsel, making like helping with the policy, helping the team making like procedures for our upcoming like hires, working with like HR, like what we wanted. So it was really great for me to like dip into like how a gaming company would have a start as a different branch.
Mhm.
And I was there for like 2 years and a half. um it was great, and but I did feel like I hit another cap, and I wanted more, to be more engaged with the players instead of like a
Mhm.
ticketing system. So that's when I left and I went to Perlevis as a associate community manager.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question was like, okay,
Mhm.
so when did you know, okay, it's time for me to step away from this, even though it's great,
Mhm.
right? It was a good starting point,
Mhm.
but when is that time to, uh, what like kind of, I guess, deterred you away from staying there and continuing to work with this
Mhm.
company and now coming on to this more bigger company, right? With
Yes,
a
yes.
lot more connections and a
Foundation.
lot, yeah.
Yeah. Um, I would say like I felt like what I was doing was the same every day. And
Mhm.
like I'm not growing, I'm not learning. Um, the pay was good, like the pay was good, but like if if you ask anyone in gaming, you're not there for the money. Like
That's
like
so true.
you're not here for the money. Like
Yeah.
money is one of it, right? We have to
Yeah.
talk about it. Money is one of it. But if we were in a different industry, like if we were in tech, or let's find tech, right, or somewhere else, we will making a lot of money. But we know the gaming industry does not do that. We there People are being let go. Like as we're speaking, people are being let go the last couple years. Like I am very grateful. I am still in the industry. I'm still in a well-paid position in a well-made company. So I'm very, very, very grateful. But that is something like, you know, like I hope that people can understand. Like, people are not here for the money. Like, unless you're a C-suite, sure. But when
Mhm.
you're not a C-suite, right? you're doing the grunt work, you're doing all the labor, um, and you're doing all the strategy and whatnot. So I would say why I wanted to leave is because one, I want to be more engaging with the players. Two, I wanted to put more of my ideas and creativity into the product. Because I'm like, like, hey, I'm a player too. I really want to do X, Y, and Z. I want to do offline events. I want to do X, Y, and Z. And unfortunately, at Yada, they weren't going that direction, right? So I'm like,
Um,
okay, it is time for me to go. Like, I I I cannot stay here anymore. I love everyone I work with, but I'm like, for my own personal growth and career growth, I need to move to the next stage.
that is so brave of you, especially in,
Mm,
we talked about it earlier, which is a community that's very male dominated, right?
yeah.
So to be like, I want more, and it's okay for me to want more too.
Mhm.
So what was the first stepping point into getting the job at Pearl Biz? Was it a connection? Was it you just applied for the job?
I applied for the job. So every position that I'm in right now is by myself. So, like that is rare. We all know this. This is rare. Okay.
Yes, yes.
It is my blood, sweat, and tears. Like like in my community, I'm Chinese Cambodian. There's not a lot of Cambodians in the video game industry. I'm by myself here. I don't know anyone else in this space. That none, nobody. So I'm just like, oh, Cambodian person. Oh no, I'm Thai. Oh, okay. Oh, or I'm Laotian. Oh,
Wow.
okay. Oh, so it's okay. We're Filipino. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Like, like we're still cousins. We're all cousins. But I don't see another face in this space, and I get really sad. And I'm just like, okay, I want. You know what? My goal is. I'll talk about it more. My goal is to make more money and make scholarships for my community. That's what I want to do, and just help them. Like, hey, you want to be in gaming? This is what you're supposed to do. Like, hey, you can do this. That's okay. Like, you want me in gaming? Like, let's go. Let's do it.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I love that. That gave me goosebumps. Oh, that was so good. And so, I mean, it is essentially the essence of being a gamer and being in the gaming
Mhm.
industry is I feel
Mhm.
like most of the people that I've connected with want to help others and want
Yes.
to bring up their own community as well because there are
Mhm.
certain communities that are shown a little bit more than others.
Mhm.
So,
Exactly. And going back to your question, I think swayed a little bit. I so what I did as a history major, humanities, we're all about critical thinking and data. So before I transitioned to Perlevis, I made a whole list of nearby video game companies in El Segundo, which was we were at, and also like who are hiring, what positions they had. I looked at like video companies in Irvine, in Seattle, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna aim here, El Segundo or Irvine, and I went to each of the websites and manually went to see like what they had. Yeah, I really just
yeah.
did my own research, and I'm just like, oh, community manager, okay, like I don't know what that is, but I think I can fit the bill. And and then I did my interviews. I met my former boss through those interviews. I freaking love him. It was very scary, very scary.
I
And
bet.
yeah, and I passed the assessment, and then I was at Pearl Abyss, and at Pearl Abyss, I would say I really, really honed my skills there. Because it's a new role, I don't know what it is. It's
Mhm.
like, what am I doing? I never played the game either, but I played MMOs. So,
Okay.
I was like, I play MMOs, I can pick it up, which I did. So I would say at Pearl Abyss, we call it PA. I would say the people there I met was amazing, amazing, amazing.
Okay, I did a little bit of stalking and I
Mhm.
was looking at your Indeed. Indeed?
Yeah.
Yes,
Eh,
I don't know why my brain kind of squirted on that one,
yeah.
but Indeed, and I was looking at the reviews, and all, if not all, of your coworkers were like, "Love Mimi, great, beyond just wonderful things to say about you." And for you to say vice versa, just lets me know that that was like a really good sense of community and really nurturing. What would you say
Mhm.
you picked up from each one of those coworkers?
I feel like each of those coworkers that were mentioned on my LinkedIn, I picked up a lot of like production jargon, a lot of in-game jargon, like because like I said, I didn't play the game right until I started working at the company, and and I learned a lot like inside verbiage. And then
Mhm.
another one, my other colleagues, very assertive. I fucking love her. So so sorry.
That's you can curse. It's
Okay,
okay.
okay. You can censor me on the VOD. So I love her. So like each of these colleagues that I've worked with personally, I really took a like what they did and what their strengths were, and like really like lean into it because they're so good in their craft. Like I didn't think I would really love the my production team. I realized I really enjoy making storyboards with them and creating like either graphic designs or an overall video for our company. Like if we're gonna, let's say we have update content, I will work on production team like, hey, this is the SB storyboard, this is what I envision, this is what I want, and then I work together with them. They give me a first draft, and then after the first draft, I would revise it with my team, and then add whatever like let's extend this more, let's add this more. Can we change this layout? Can we cut this, or can we add another clip in here? And then what ends up happening is like this collaboration happens, and we get a really great video, and I get really excited when I publish this because I at the end I'm the one who creates like the title, the details on YouTube, and I get really excited when I get to see the comments, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is the work we did together. I'm so happy, and and like I'm like, guys, this is our KPI. Like I'm so excited, and like they get happy too, and like I just love that collaboration with my colleagues the most in this industry.
Oh, I watched some of those videos.
Yeah.
Like I said, I did a little creeping, okay? Maybe a little bit too much creeping, but I definitely did some creeping. And I shouldn't say creeping, it's research, all right? I'm the
Yes.
interviewer. I had to do some research. So I saw him and I was like, "Wait, why are you not applying for voiceover jobs?" Cuz I loved your voiceovers. I was like, "This is so good."
Oh, yeah, you did watch it. Okay.
Did.
Yeah, I really want to do voice acting when I was younger. When my sister would play Final Fantasy, right, they didn't have voiceover. So I would
Mm.
voice over every character
Oh
as
my
she's
god.
playing because I couldn't really like play because like one I couldn't at that time I couldn't read because she's older than me. And
Okay, okay.
but when I learned, I wanted to read better so I can voice act in the game. So, motivator, right? Like, oh my God. And so when I got to do these videos, my boss, amazing, he let me be very creative with the videos. And when I would do voiceovers, sometimes the tone would be very serious, right? For serious, like these are updated contents coming on so and date. But when I got to promote, let's say like an event that's happening, I'm like, oh my god, I can use my crazy voice. My crazy voice, and then my team on the production team, they would love it when I would go the extra when doing a voiceover for the videos. So like maybe that's might be my side thing later in the future, doing voiceovers.
I
So
think you're good.
if you need a voiceover for your videos, let me
I'm hitting you up for sure, 1000%.
know.
That's so crazy. Wow, like it all came to be, right? Like you wanted
Yes.
to try voice acting and then it came, you had this
Hmm.
opportunity. Um it's I truly believe in the universe, like if something pops up for you, it's meant to be for you. So it's
Yes.
so crazy that your stories just lining up and
Mhm.
working in such a way. Was it of you just being really open to everything coming your way, or do you think that you in a way had a
Mm.
hand in kind of directing yourself where you wanted to be? Like how much of that
I
do you think was you and how much of that was the universe being like, this is what's for you?
I think it's a combination of both. I feel like I had to put in the work, right? We all got to put in the work. So like I am like, I really want to do this, but I enjoy it and I need to get better at it. And then of course, when the opportunity appears upon for you, then that's your I feel like that's the universe telling, "Hey, you're ready. You know what? This is for you. Like you did the work. It's there. Go grab it." So, yeah, like I hope I get more voice acting opportunities. I don't know her style. I do have an actress friend. She did say I was pretty good. So I was like, "Oh, but I had to get a voice actor teacher, right?" She's like, "No, not really, but if you set up your portfolio, people like your voice, because my voice is very high pitch. I can go low, but it's like a bear and it hurts my throat.
I would say I have
But
a very low voice. I think you have a yeah.
yeah, so also I wanted to add to like I really love singing. So I've been singing. I did choir for like
Mm.
10 years and I wanted my dream was to be a singer in a rock band, but I couldn't find
Okay.
anyone who did rock in the hood. So I was like,
You need
so I
to
was like,
start your own.
I know. Well, we'll see. I was thinking of like I said, I did want to make my own channel. Just doing like what I like to do, cooking, singing. I love to karaoke,
I would
so play
watch.
games. Yeah.
Okay, you brought it up. So I'm hoping that that's okay for me to bring it up, but I saw your thesis on karaoke. Can you give us a little bit about that? Can you just a
Yeah.
snippet like 30 seconds of what it was about and what inspired and what you learned through it?
Okay, yeah. So, for my master's, I had to do my thesis, and I was gonna be in academia. Like, I was planning to be a professor, do a PhD. I had a full ride actually, but I declined it because of COVID. Like, I'm like, I really do not want to be in school for almost another 5 years with no professional experience. I already went to school later. Like logistically, I'm like, no. But I, I know I was really good. I really wanted to be a professor. I wanted to like do seminars. I want to do research. I love talking to students. So and like inspiring them. But with this one, this thesis was very personal to me. I focused more on like Asian American spaces in Southern California. This is where I grew up, and I really love karaoke. I will go Mimi now once every 2 months with my friends, and it's really cheap, very very cheap. 2 hours is like $30, like let's
Whoa, okay.
go, like
Yeah, that's
let's go.
good.
Yeah, like just it's like, and the thesis kind of goes into like why we do this, like as second gen. So second generation is like your parents is your first, second gen is you yourself. Like why we do karaoke in these public private spaces compared at home, because back in the day our parents will have karaoke machines at home, right? But
Mm,
one of the things I do put in my thesis is like home sometimes is not the most safest place for a child, right? Like that's their main stressor, like their
mhm,
parents. So, now there's karaoke spaces in throughout Southern California, and it's very affordable, and you can play all the songs and nostalgic songs, modern songs, and as a second gen, you can go there and sing out what you need to sing out. Like it can be your stress, it can be cathartic, it can be who you want it to be, like a singer, right? So my thesis goes into that, and it goes into like why it's needed, or like why it's important to us as a cultural practice, and then also like going into the the commercial part of it, where karaoke is a commercial. It started as a commercial thing in Japan, but in the U.S. context, it's opened by mom and pops. So it's like how did it transition from this commercialized, capitalized, like industry into a more cultural mom and pop, like more inspirational for young Asian Americans. So that's the nitty gritty of the thesis.
it's so good. I didn't read it all.
Mm,
But I did read some of it and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that is so touching." And I wish that we Latins would do it more. I think we do it a little bit. We don't do
mm-hmm.
it enough. Definitely don't. And I could totally relate with, needing to, it's a way to get out those excessive emotions that we sometimes get overwhelmed with for sure.
Exactly, and that's what my thesis kind of go into. Like, a lot of like, immigrant families, right? Our background, we just know how to work, 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 but not we
Mhm.
don't know how to rest, right? Like
Mhm.
that is like you're resting. What are you doing? You're lazy. Like no,
It's so
like
true.
yeah, it's so true, and it's like, oh my God, like we only know how to work. Our parents only taught us how to work. There's nothing for us to learn how to relax and de-stress, which again ties back into video games. Video games is relaxing. Depending on the game, right? Depending on the game. Relaxing is de-stresses you, right? Like escapism. So I kind of like tie that in. So I'm just like, I myself, I love to work. I think I'm a workaholic. I think all of us are workaholics, but
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of us don't know how to balance both. Or like, sometimes we need to rest. And I think sometimes a lot of people expect us to always to have value on yourself. You have to have productivity. And I feel like sometimes you don't have to do that,
Yeah,
right?
especially in
Yeah.
nowadays, especially with
Mhm.
this new generation. I feel
Mm,
like this new generation is trying to find that balance. They're trying to find
yes.
the medium. Although
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that we have perfected it just quite yet. But before we talk
No.
on that topic, let's talk about
Mm-hmm.
your time with NetEase. So that's
Okay,
been
yeah.
fairly new, right? You
Yes.
about less than a year?
Less than a year, like 8 months. 8 months. But it feels like a year. I've been doing a lot of
I
work.
hope that's a good thing.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I love
Okay,
it because like
good.
I get so many projects that I'm working on. So I'm working on 3 projects. So 3 teams. So I'm on 3 different teams. It's amazing. And now with this position as a community manager for NetEase and their games, right? Like I am no longer doing like the nitty gritty, right? Because I know how to do it. So if I have to put my hands dirty, I will have to. But mostly this position is more a lot about strategy, and like what's the best outcome, the reports, the analysis. Then these are my strong points that I've been trained to do from academics. And on my previous jobs, a lot of them, like if let's say like my colleague is better at like executing, right? I'm better at like strategy, planning, and then post data and like reporting. So like I'm happy like with that I had this opportunity with NetEase that they poached me. It was great. So, you
What was
know,
the approach? Because you were
uh,
at Pluribus, and then
mhm.
so kind of give me the idea of, or give me the image of what happened in between that.
Yeah, yeah. So in between, before I got into NetEase, I went to Japan, and my fiance proposed to me, and when I was there, I was yes very happy. I love it. When I was there, I was very, I was praying to all these temples. Prior to my trip, my mom did pass like about a year and a half ago, and I go these temples, and I'm like, lighting up these candles for my mom to visit the temples, and I'm praying to her. I'm like, Mom, I really need help. Like, the finance, it's not hitting right. Like, I love Perla Biz, but again, the budget they had for most of us wasn't a lot, and I've been there about gonna be 2 years, and I realistically had to like sit, and I'm like, is this salary going to help me grow? Like, is it gonna help me? And I felt like I was at again another ceiling. I'm like, I felt like I've done my role at this position at this company, and I wanted more opportunities. Like, I think I can do more. I'm really good at like talking with people. I'm good at like these offline events. I'm good at like making connections, and um that's why I really prayed to my mom. I was like, Mom, I really need help. Like, give me a sign, give me a sign. And when I came back, I had my 101 review, and my boss, which he said did amazing, it was amazing. But in terms of budget, it wasn't as high as I wanted, like, and it's not his fault. It's like, it's the overall company, right? Like, I get it. And, I'm getting really tired. I'm in office 5 times a day. I commute an hour away. I'm really tired. And then that same day, I get a message from a recruiter from NetEase. Yeah. And it was, and, I was like, oh man, is this a sign? Like, I don't know. And I left it a while, like maybe 2 days not responding. But after contemplating a little bit and just reflecting on like my career and my personal goals, um, my career goals, I responded back to the recruiter. And yeah, it was about 4 to 5 interviews at like 4 in the morning. Yeah, because
Four
they're
in the
from
morning. Right, right.
yeah, yeah, because they're coming from China, and so I definitely like was like, and the next day, that same day, I would go to work. So
Wow. So what
yeah,
time were you sleeping?
girl,
Was
I was
your
sleeping. I was sleeping at like 1 a.m. I'm like, all right, interview every time.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay. Kudos
Yeah,
to
and but
you.
it was great. Like, the interview was great, and like it was something like I want to do. So, maybe a little bit more project management, a little bit more, like talking with other companies, like collaborating with like vendors. Like, that's something I want to do, which I wasn't getting at PA. Again, I feel like I outgrew the position. And the thing is, I pick up things really fast. I ask a lot of questions, but I pick up things really, really fast. And I'm a type A worker, meaning like I exceed on what I do. And if I do, let's say, mess up, I do really like feel bad, and I find ways to like not do it again. Because overall, I know like I don't want to fail my team. I don't want to fail my company, and I want to ensure like I'm doing my part and ensuring that ensuring that the next time this does happen, I am prepared and not do it again. Right? Survival instinct. I'm gonna just say that
Yeah.
like at the workplace, you know. But that's how I kind of transition spontaneously to NetEase. I did not expect to leave Pearl Abyss like that. Like,
Wow.
but I did stay instead of 2 week notice. I gave 3 weeks because I had a lot of projects to be handled, and I did. I think I worked every weekend as well. Had
Wow.
had offline events in Texas. They had to fly in, and then I had to do a stream, help with the stream. So like I didn't want to fail my teammates, and I still super love them. I'm right now they're still my friends.
Oh,
So
that's a
like
feel good.
my team at Pearl Abyss was amazing, and they're all men, so I was the only girl. As also in my Yada too, I was the only girl in my team at that time too. But I
Wow.
could get along with men and women, so like it was very heartbreaking for me to leave. I was crying to my boss like
No.
30 minutes. Yeah, and he's not a crier either, but I know he was really sad, and he reminded me like as a cousin, and like I was crying because I really didn't want to leave, but he told me like Mimi, like this is better for you. I'm very happy. I want you to make more money. I want you to grow more. So like I already knew this was like a good boss that like thought of my future, like
Right.
which is so rare, and I'm very blessed to have him as my former boss.
That is
So
so sweet, and also, I
mhm.
mean, it's so easy to feel. I know it
Mhm.
sounds weird over camera,
Mm.
but to feel your passion and your like you're so genuine, like you really want to
Mm.
do a great job. So I'm sure I would even love you if you were even working for me in any sort of universe. I'd be like, I love Mimi too. And now you're in NetEase though, and this is a whole
Yes.
new passion, a whole new project. You said you're working with 3 different,
Games.
teams
Yeah.
and games.
Yes.
So how does
Yeah.
that work? Like, how do you split up your time?
Yeah, so I'm old school. I have my calendar.
Ooh, I
Oh,
gotta
where
see it.
is my calendar? Where's my calendar? Oh my God, where is it?
Oh, no. We've
Oh
started
no,
a
oh,
chaos.
it's in the back. Hey, Mimi.
Is it with
It's
the
my cat.
cat?
Yeah. So it's like
Cat's like, "I
I
got the
have
cat."
my calendar here. It's just old school.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like it just helps me because like I feel like sometimes like doing it digital, it's just overwhelming, and just handwriting everything helps me so much. Like, oh, it's upcoming like right now. Like, oh, and it's on my desk. I'm like, what's upcoming? It's like I don't have to pull it up. It's like right there. So when I have my calendar, and I have like a to-do list as well. I have that online. So because of my last job at Pearl Abyss, my workload was crazy. Like it was crazy, crazy, crazy. But I was like, I'm just a workaholic. So the workload at NetEase is not too bad compared what I experienced at PA, which is not a bad thing. Like I think they prepped me for everything. So I'm like, thank you. I appreciate it. So for me, separating everything like this project is it's this importance, like this project we have an offline event, this project we're promoting for CBT, like I put it separately. Like I write it down, I put it in my notes, and then I do follow-ups with my different teammates. So it's just like organizing skills, if anything. Like if you're not a good organizer, I think you're gonna have a hard time.
Fair, fair.
Yeah.
We each have our strong suits. Organization is
Mhm.
not some people's.
Yeah.
But yeah, you make it sound so easy when you speak about it out loud. You're like, it's okay.
Uh,
I have. Is
yeah.
that a bad thing? Do you think
Uh,
like
uh, I think my special ability is just simplifying everything. So
fair
I
enough?
really don't overthink. Feel like, cause like when I was younger, I did overthink, and I realized when I overthink, I don't do it. I don't take action. So when I wanted to change my life, I was like, let's simplify it. Let's have our objective, and like, what are things I need to do to get to point B? Like I just, oh, go get a job, Mimi. Go finish school. Go get a car. Okay, easy. Let's
Yeah.
do it. Like it's like I kind of treat it like a quest in MMOs. Like, right? Like that's what I
Okay.
think about. It's
Okay.
like, like, oh, I have this quest. How do I finish this quest? Like go kill, two sheeps, or go get money to get this car. You
Yeah.
got a car now to travel to school. I was like, oh, okay, that's that simple. It's like my internal dialogue, or my internal child inside me is telling me like, Mimi, you're an adult now. We're adulting, but we can still be kids
Mhm.
inside. So I just really simplify everything, and simplify everything for me to be calm, be absorbed, to really reflect, and then take action afterwards.
That is such a good way to put it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
I already do some of these things, I'm gonna be real,
Mhm.
but yes, I could definitely agree that taking action is the hardest, and what most people struggle with, right, is
Mhm.
starting is like, I want to do XYZ, so I need
Mhm.
sometimes the overthinking of, yeah, but like what do I really need to do, instead of like, let
Mhm.
me just
Mhm.
start by researching or doing something
Yes.
small, is
Yeah.
what most people struggle
Yeah.
with.
And whenever I say that, like, do things that you're comfortable with too, right? Like take it. If you need to take baby steps, take a baby step. If you want to lunge, then go lunge. Like you're gonna have to learn anyways. You're gonna have to learn either from someone or from yourself. So just take the chance.
Words of
So
wisdom. I love it. Mimi, I met you through Fragpunk.
I know.
What
Yeah.
can you tell me about Fragpunk and your time there? Anything that you can tell me
Mhm.
about it. What has that been like for
Sure.
you?
I would say working with the Frag Punk team has been amazing. I when I got picked up, Frag Punk was already launching, so I had to go in and like look at the community, look at like who's playing our game, and then after that, kind of settle down. I would say for Frag Punk, I really love watching this game. Like I love when people play it. Oh my god. I'm not good at FPS. Like let's say it. I'm gonna say it right now. I'm not really good. Like the only FPS game I like, not like, but I'm good at is Halo 2. Like
Ooh.
that's it. Like like the 8. That's really really good.
Yeah.
But that's it. But that's not even online, right? Like I can't tell my age already. But but watching Fragpong, just players picking it up and the passion behind it, I love watching it. So when get these players playing, when I see them playing or streaming, I encourage it because I wish I had that competitive edge, like during in esports, right? Like I'm not that good at FPS. I'm really jealous. So as a community manager, I really want this to like strive because this sportsmanship, the passion, the labor behind the players playing the game, like it's a lot, and I really would love to highlight these players either through like streams or like offline events, or and that's my job as community manager with my colleagues, right, to see how can we highlight the players, how can we make the community better, and like what are other communities doing that we should avoid, right? Like like I definitely do not want a community that's like really toxic. Like of course there's always toxicity in every community every time, but let's make them a minor, right? Like let's heighten those who really work hard on it, who really care about the game, who really put their sweat and tears into it. So, and the thing is like there's a reflection on like the developers. So I got to meet producer Shin in June because I went to the Global Invitationals. This was an event that was amazing. Please guys check it out. I was there in
Yeah.
person in Hangzhou, China, and it was amazing. I got to meet teams from Brazil, Russia, France, the US. I think I'm missing another team, I forgot. But they were amazing, and I got to interview them, and we did like shots of their interviews, questions that I came up with like on the spot, and man, I could just hear their passion behind like them playing, or like how they felt after the competition, and like I love it, and a lot of players don't know, a lot of the who haven't gone there. Producer Shin actually got to meet every one of them, and he asked them like, what can we do to make the game better? Like what producer does that in person? Like I saw and I got to meet like the design team, and they
So
were amazing. They're so amazing, and like I can just tell like this team, a small team, they're very small but mighty, really cares about this game. And that is rare for me to see and hear as a gaming professional in the gaming industry. Sometimes, I'm gonna say sometimes I don't hear that from developers when they develop the game. They care about the money, and money is a, I would say money is a big deal. We all need to agree money is a big deal, right?
Yeah.
But if we hear the passion, we hear like the developers really care about their players, that should say a lot about something. And I would say Fragpunk does does do that. I have seen it firsthand. So I would say with Fragpunk has been amazing. I want to continue to work with this community, with this title, because I have other titles, right? I have to work with.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you
And
okay, so would you say that you enjoy okay, I'm gonna put you in a rough spot. All right. Do
no.
you think that the punk community is a little bit better? I'm not gonna say completely better, but do you think like how do you compare them with your other two? Like how do you not pick a
Mm.
favorite child, I should say?
That's so hard. I think I would say with Fragpunk, the community is very vocal, vocal, and we need that as a community manager or like even developers to know like communication, right? Communication is being vocal, like what are things that we're doing wrong, what can like, hey, do you like this, do you guys like it? It's like, oh, we like it, like, okay, they like it, it's like I'm just happy that there is transparency between the community and the developers, right? So I would say with Fragpunk community, they're very vocal, and I really really like that. And sometimes it could be negative, right? It'd be like that. But sometimes it's really, really positive, and the positive ones really like makes me love my job more. So I'm really used to negativity. I think it's really easy to be negative. Like
Mhm.
we all got intrusive thoughts. We see that bridge, you want to just like, woo, let's go.
Yeah.
But we don't do it. We don't do it. And but like it's really hard to be positive. And I'm not trying to be like positive toxicity. Like that's a saying, right? But I'm
Mhm.
just like you can always learn something from a situation, negative or positive. So I would say like with Fragpunk community, it's been amazing, and I want to continue to work with them, and of course I'm always in the background, because I don't want to be too much in the front, but I know with this new opportunity, because in my experience, I don't mind being in the front sometimes if I need to. But if there's someone else, like, okay, go.
Yeah.
But if I need if
You
I
take
need
over.
to be in the front, then I'll do it. Then I'll do it, right? So, but yeah, I would say with the Fragpunk team, I don't know if you saw my Instagram, a picture of me in that green jacket.
Not that one. Was it recent?
Yeah. It was recent, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I
no, I
think
didn't get to see that.
so the photo, actually use it for the Instagram, like that photo, me doing the peace sign. So that was the designer for one of the cards that I helped create in
Oh,
game.
that's right. Yes, the
Um,
tariff card.
yes, yes. The tarot card, yeah, the chart cards, and it's a tarot card. So, I was very happy meeting him, and he signed the card for me, and I have it right now, and I haven't framed it, so I'm gonna frame it soon in my room because I actually started almost crying because the designer was like, "No, Mimi, this is your card." I was like, "Ugh!"
That
like,
is so cool.
yeah, like if because I asked producer Shin, and I was like, "Oh, producer Shin, do you know who made this card?" He's like, "Oh, I do. Why?" He's like, "Oh, I did the doodles for this card so it can be in game to make sure it's like appropriate for the game, appropriate for like all of our players." And I was just like, "I just want a picture and a signature, or not even a signature, just a picture." And
Mhm.
then he brought the designer on set at the Global Invitationals, and I got to meet him, and then. I don't know Chinese, but Shin was translating for me. He was like, "Mimi," he said, "this is your card." And he's like, "This is yours. You should be really proud of it." I was just like, I
Oh.
almost started crying. I was like, I want to cry. So I felt very honored, and it just showed like, like my uh feedback and insight went through to the developing team. Like just even that one opportunity for me, it's a big deal. I'm like, wow, I'm so proud to be part of this team and part of this company where what I say, what input actually goes through. I feel very like part of the team, and I really, really like that. 'Cause I'm just like, hey, I have these ideas, I have all this insight. You can take it or leave it, but I feel very appreciated already, and being here in NetEase.
Oh, you're a part of the game. Literally,
Yeah.
you have a piece of you is a part of the game, and I think that is the most iconic thing ever. That is so
Yes.
amazing, and of course, yeah, I could see how, being able to give that feedback and it taken really into consideration because of course you
Yes.
have these big corporations or these big gaming
Mhm.
companies that's so
Mhm.
hard. Even though you're trying to make
Mhm.
a good impact, it could be kind of hard to
Mhm.
be heard. So that's
Exactly.
really
Yeah.
wonderful. I mean, from everything that I've heard from you, Mimi, it's been
Mm.
really good journey for you. Has there ever been, because I don't want to, put any seeds or anything, but do you think like
Mm.
you being a female in the community, in the gaming industry, has had any sort of impact, or has that just like motivated you to be more fierce?
Mm. I think it just motivate me more to be more fierce. I feel like there's like a lack of there's a lot of female streamers, right? I will say that. I'm so happy. 'Cause 10 years ago, it was not like that. Like I was
Mm-mm.
like, so are the girls at? You know, where did my girls at? But now, being a female gamer, also in the gaming space, working in the gaming space, I feel like I really have to show what I got. And I can see this with most of my colleagues who are also female in the US context, right? That it's so difficult to be heard and seen and taken serious. So when me doing this can be like a path for more women to be here and me being more confident, taking initiative, being assertive, having a space and making a difference, right? Like I initially did not was not my objective, but I now know being in this space, I do have a responsibility with this power that I have. That I do make an influence for young girls to come to this space as a professional, and I have to be I myself have to do this by myself, but I hope that I can make a road for young women that like, hey, it is possible to be here. It is you're able to get to this spot without knowing someone. Like it's possible. It's possible. But of course you have to do the work. I will stand by that. You have to do the work.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And
Mhm.
on that with you, I mean on that same train of thought with you
Mhm.
because it could be difficult, right? But you have to
Mhm.
be willing to also stand your ground and it sounds like you've stood it. And the fact that you when you knew you had hit your cap, you were okay with looking for a new path and
Mhm.
willing to do that new path without fear, because it
Mhm.
sounds like you had no fear. Am I just thinking that, or are you just like, yeah, I had a little fear, but I knew I had to take that path?
Yes, so I had a bit of fear, but I don't I like whenever I was a different phase of my life and I wanted to change, I'm like I'm really scared, but if I don't change now or I don't take the opportunity, it's gonna be the same. And I don't want to be the same. I want to keep growing. I want to be the best version of myself. Um, you know, everyone has fears. Everyone's scared. And I think we all cope differently. We project it differently. And for me, I'm just a doer. I just do it. Just like Nike. Just do it and like I'm going to accept the being responsible and being accountable of what happens after. Like that's on me after that. And I think sometimes some people are afraid of that. And like again, sometimes if your personality is you cannot do that, then there are other ways, but it's gonna take a little longer. So I will say I was scared, but but I try my best to like I tell myself like it's gonna be okay. I always tell myself it's gonna be okay.
That's true. And it will be
Mhm.
okay as long as
Mhm.
you're putting good and you're doing good, right? You
Mhm.
don't have any malicious intent, you're not seeking
No.
out any alternative motives.
Mhm.
Eventually
Mhm.
everything will be fine because you are putting good stuff out there. All right, quick advice, like a
Yes.
60-second advice for someone who's like, all right, I'm maybe I don't know what I'm doing right now, but I would
Mm.
eventually like to become a community manager, or I'm just getting
Mm.
out of college and I want to become a
Mm.
community manager. What would you have like to hear in order to help you get to that point where you're at right now?
Okay. Let me see. If someone wants to be a community manager, I will say you need to be pretty empathetic. Empathetic person to kind of understand what the players are going through, because you yourself are also a gamer, but I also think you also need to be empathetic, but you also need to have boundaries. I think that's like one of the main things that like I do see some people struggle, but they always are inclined with the players. But you also have this boundary too, like, hey, you're also a worker and represent a company. So it's really, really difficult. So if I would say if that person is able to have those qualities, they'll do very well as a community manager. Because we want to be empathetic, but also be professional at the same time, right? So to be a good, efficient community manager, you just have to have one of those qualities or both those qualities to help yourself because like I think I see this too many times where community managers are so sympathetic with the community and it gets to them mentally and they end up getting damaged and they end up quitting or they end up quitting the whole industry itself. And I see then less women or less people in the industry that care about people. So you really need to have a strong willed to be in here and like just stand your ground, stand your ground, both to the players and both to the company. So just so for yourself, for you have easier mindset. And I will say to appreciate your position, I would really recommend for you to do positions that that does engage with a lot of people. So retail, hospitality, customer service. Like it just helps you because now you're dealing with a lot of people in person, but now you're online. It won't hurt you as much. It won't hurt you
Fair.
as much. And you know what you need to say instead of like freezing, right? So it's flight, or freeze. And I never want a community manager to freeze. I don't want them to fight either. It's like it's like, you know,
I mean, just kidding.
you
If
know,
you have to.
if I have to, right? And I never because like I would love to see even more community managers who are very like well known in their craft and remain. But also I also want more community managers to elevate themselves to a higher position, to have more say into the game, have more say how to deal with the players because sometimes I feel they just stay there and nothing happens, right? Like, you know, and the decision makers, they're the ones who makes the decisions and create like bad communities. And what can you do at that point, right? You just have to abide. So I will say, if again, if I had to give a quick tip, I would say you have to do the grunt work. I'm so sorry. Please do the grunt work because then when you get to the my position, you know what you're doing. You have this confidence, you can delegate, you can strategize. It's like if you give a child the boss title and they don't know what they're doing. So I encourage you to start at the bottom, 2 years minimum. 2 years. You don't have to stay there more than 2 years and a half like I did. 2 years minimum, and then see what you want to do from there. Like let's say you're like a you don't start as like a community manager, but you start as like a entry level customer service in the gaming industry. So, use that, see what you can do 2 years, and then actively like apply or try to get into your company to go higher into your position.
Yeah. Easy enough? I say
Easy,
easy enough,
easy.
but yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So you have been through the phases of
Yes,
not only esports but gaming in general.
yes.
How do you perceive it to have changed over time, and is it good or bad? I don't know. What are your
Mm.
thoughts on that?
I would say gaming in general now has been very mainstream, right, and accepted, which is great. Oh my god, I love it. No one's getting made fun of anymore, right? Like, oh my god, loser, play games. You know, like, oh, you're such a nerd. Mimi is like, dude, what, what are we talking about here? But I would say I can't. I would say it's a good and bad thing. Like, good thing is like I'm happy. It's more accepted. There's less stereotypes of people playing video games. Um, and there's more opportunities for people to bond over video games now. It's super normalized. I love it. I would say the cons though that it's I would say now with gaming, it's highly commercialized.
Mm.
um More entertaining purposes more, right? Than rather than like, let's say, bond with friends, or like a creative aspect. But I don't think it's a con, but I just think that's like one of my critiques that's happening. But I'm glad right now that gaming in general has been accepted, more accepted than before, more positive things about it. Like, oh, I play video games. Like, oh, that's cool. And then, but back in the like the 90s, 2000s, like, oh, I play video games. So you stay at home all day. Yes. Yes. So
You
what?
don't
What are you gonna do about it?
socialize. Yeah.
Yeah, like, so anything, you're socially awkward. I'm definitely not socially awkward. I can talk to anybody. But there's like, that stereotype, like, oh, you're a gamer, you don't know how to talk to anybody, you don't wash your hair, you
Yeah.
smell, you got those Cheetos, Cheeto Puffs. But now I feel like gamers come in all different shapes and sizes and backgrounds. So now there's no like stereotypes about it. And I'm just happy that games have so much variety for people to pick up. So like, some people, I feel like they don't want to play video games because they are like, oh, it's really hard, or I suck at it. And 'cause it is an art. Video game is an art that you can actually really suck at, which is amazing. That's crazy they can
Yeah.
do that. But now I feel like there's games that's like more cushy, like, friendly, family oriented sometimes, or like easy to pick up. So I'm very happy. And then we get a new group of gamers that are introduced in this space. And yeah, I never shun them, because I'm just like, no, I'm so happy for the video games. I'm so happy.
That's
And
true.
like I said, I don't think it's a good and bad thing. So that's my thoughts.
My only critique about it is the launch lines. Like every time something new launches is so
Mm,
huge. That's my only complaint. That's why you always pre-order online.
that's so
Just
true.
saying.
Oh my God, yes. The launch lines. Cause I like physical too. So I like physical games. Like, so, my fiance will be like, "We can just get the digital one." I'm like, "No, I want
It's
the
not the
physical."
same.
It's not to say I own this. I own this. I don't have to be online to play this. Um, but yeah, I would say like, because of that, like it gets so big, and I had to wait like a week out to get the game. So for example, I got Silent Hill F. Amazing.
Mm.
Amazing game. But I couldn't get a copy launch date, so I had to go get it like, I think, 2 weeks after. Then I was able to get it at Best Buy.
And it's
Yeah.
not the same because you want to get it the night of. You want to
Yeah.
have it in your hand. You got want to
Yeah.
be able to like play it. So, yeah, I think
Mhm.
I think that's one of my complaints about it.
Y-
But you've
Yeah.
had a lot of people impact your life, and it sounds
Yes.
like for the better. But is there anyone that you didn't mention that you're like, want to make sure that I mention them because they are just amazing and the gaming space deserves to know about them?
No, there's so many people I want to mention. Let me mention their names. I want to mention who really impacted me. Man, I would say my fiance. His name's Richard. If it wasn't for him, I don't think I would have been in this road. I really gave me the confidence to be like, oh, honey, you can do it. So my fiance Richard, he doesn't know. I say it, but he doesn't care.
Oh.
Second would be, I think, my former boss, Brian Cho. Um, Very stoic man, but he really like helped me with like learning how to conduct like data, and like conduct data, and like writing it down, and then presenting it to our teams. Like, I didn't really know how to use Excel as much. I'm not tech savvy, right? So he really taught me how to do a lot of things, like making data sheets and whatnot, utilizing it. Now I use this so much for presentations and gathering data. I want to give a shout out to my homie Caesar Bernardo. Um,
Hey,
he
Caesar.
is amazing. Work with him for production team. Amazing. With him, I learned a lot about like how video shooting is, um how you say, like, video production in general, like
Mm.
the cuts, the edits. And I'm very passionate about like making storyboards now through him, like communicating well with like the teams, because sometimes he's like, oh, can you just make me a video, and like you get it, you're like, oh, I don't like it, and I kind of wasted the editor's time, you know. Like I
Right.
really did. And another shout out is to Stefan Valaros, another editor, another production team member that I worked with. Um, he's the only guy I know that when I have a crazy idea, the videos that you watched, he's the one who's like, "We can do it." I was like, "Ah!" And then he just makes it more crazy, and I'm like, "Cause I'm kind of crazy," and he makes it crazy, and then they're crazy together. And then I just like, and then and he's like, "Mimi, just go high pitch, more high pitch." And I was like, "Okay, okay, okay." So
Love
I just
it.
have fun. It's just so much fun making those videos. And then some shout outs right now and more. Um, One of my colleagues, his name is Tyler Nelson, really good. He was my mentor when I worked at Pearl Abyss. He taught me a lot of things like organization as a community manager, and I picked up a lot of his habits. And it really like engaged in what I do now, like how I organize and like how I do follow ups and whatnot. As he trained me, as he's doing his own job, he's training me. I felt so
Oh.
bad, but he was really good. And then I have so many shout outs. Oh, there's so many people. There's so many
All right,
people.
last one here.
Last one. Oof, oof. No. Okay. My shout outs to my former colleague Brandon, cool. He's like a little brother to me, and without him, I think I would have been lost when I was working at PA. With the game, he taught me a lot about like the in-game, like currency, in-game nuances, and because of that, I kind of learned how to pick up things in-game. Whatever game I'm playing, it's like picking up these pieces and like trying to remember all like the guides, the tips and tricks and whatnot. So yeah, I think that's the final person I'll give my shout out to.
That is so cool. I love that you took something from each one of these individuals and were
Mhm.
managed to kind of bring it into who you are today. So it
Mhm.
really talks about how like every person really impacts your life in one way or another, and you can definitely take a thing or two. Last thing, what do you
Yeah.
think, or last few things that we're gonna end
Yes,
off
go.
on? Because
Mhm.
I can't believe we've been yapping for an hour, but
Oh my god.
it
It
be
doesn't
like
sound
that.
like
Yeah,
it feels like 20
I
minutes.
know. I know. Which is so great. Kudos to us for being able to talk for so long. But
Yes.
what are some things you believe we can all do to change the gaming industry right now?
Mm. I think that we should have more opportunities for young people to be in the industry because I feel like we do gatekeep. Like
Oh
we
my
gatekeep
gosh,
the hell
yes.
out of this industry. Like, and it's sad because like we have this very thirsty new generation that really want to be in the gaming industry, but we are not allowing them to be in here. And I understand on a company side, and but me personally, I'm like, I feel like if we keep gatekeeping and then just not allowing the younger generation to see what we're doing, it's gonna get lost, or the work quality is gonna get bad. Like it's gonna get bad because like if we're not training them to like to be at this standard or see this perspective, right? Or we're getting more a different perspective from them, we're gonna be less innovative. Like we're gonna be stagnant in the gaming industry, and I feel like we just need to give more opportunities for them, and they also need to prove themselves as well, right? It's both ways. So I feel like more positive things in the gaming community is we need to less gatekeep it. Less
That makes
gatekeep
sense, yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I get a lot of people are like, oh Mimi, how'd you get in the gaming industry? I'm like, dude, I did the nitty gritty. Like I did the nitty gritty. But I know some people, they got in with a friend, right? That's like one of the things. Like they got in because they knew someone,
Mhm.
right? So, I just want there to be more opportunities for people who are interested in the gaming industry, who has the skill sets and the background to give their input, and so there's more innovation and more creativity in the gaming industry.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. We need to
Mhm.
help. Help and be
Mhm.
helped too, because we can learn a
Mhm.
lot from the younger generation as well. I mean,
Exactly.
th-
Yeah.
they
I
they
agree.
know what's going on in the world a little bit
Mhm.
more than we do, or
Than
maybe
we
just
do.
a different perspective as well, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, exactly.
And really, for sure, for real, for real, for real. Last question: What does "What's the Strat" mean to you, and how do you think it will help women in the gaming space? So
Yeah,
let
I
me ask
ah.
you that question.
Yeah,
What
go,
does
go.
what the strat mean to you, and how do you think it can help make an impact in the gaming space for women?
Okay. Well, I think what the strat means for me is that we have a clear communication of like active women in the industry, what we're doing, because I think there is just a very one way thinking of like women in industries like you're just a streamer. No, no, that's not true. There are women behind the scenes, women doing the work. Either they're a producer, they're CEOs, they are the social media specialists. But I feel like with this, what's the strat? It shows more insight what women can do within the industry. It doesn't have to be one way. There are multiple paths, but these paths are very diverse and very different, and that there is no technically rule book how to get there, right? It's you yourself have to apply yourself and make those roads for you yourself and for others behind you that's going to come afterwards. So it's really important that we have things like this to show to women that hey, it's possible to be working in the gaming industry and having fun and making the bag and contributing to the gaming industry, right? Like it's possible, but we're gonna let you know like you gotta work for it. You gotta work your butt.
I couldn't agree more. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, I loved it. Thank you so much, Mimi. I wish I had
Yeah.
we're gonna get working on the socials, right?
Okay.
So that you
Yeah.
we
Yes.
can tag you on all these. But I'm gonna open up the space for chat. We had a
Oh.
couple people in the chat. Sorry, chat, we were ignoring you for the most
Oh,
part. Um,
sorry.
just because we wanted to make sure that we can translate this over to YouTube as well. But if you guys have any questions for Mimi, it could be anything about the game itself. It could be about all the games she's currently working on. It could be about just her career. You let us know, and Mimi will answer. Sorry, Mimi, we kind of went over your time too.
We
I
did.
hope
I'm
that's
so
okay.
sorry. Whoops.
No,
It's okay.
no, that was all me. Jerry did say Mimi is the best. I'm working hand in hand with her for some of the social media videos in TwitchCon, and she's the best at guidance and catching. Really good insight when she's giving feedback and creative thoughts for videos.
Yes, Jerry. Yes, Jerry, someone who's been making our Fragpunk highlights, and it's been amazing. So I love you, Jerry.
No, I love that. Okay, well, we'll give them a couple minutes. What do you have
hmm
planned for the rest of today?
Today I'm just gonna follow up some. We have another video for Fragpong that I am waiting for, Jerry. Uh, but it's gonna come soon. But yeah, just closing out on TwitchCon. We did our TwitchCon event for Fragpong. So, but we are planning to hopefully in next year do more on site, like more community things. I'm very excited, and I'm here in the Irvine area. Well, I'm in Los Angeles County, but Southern California, like if you guys are here in Fragpunk, hey, like we're gonna do more stuff.
Yay! I'm
and
excited.
yeah, and we have other games too that is coming out. I can say Sword of Justice, if you guys MMOs, that's
Mm,
also coming out on the 7th. I can say it because it's on our socials, so it's fine.
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. So, and then another game we have Dunk City Dynasty. You guys play that one? It's a mobile game. You guys like NBA? Play that game too. Just
No,
I'm shamelessly putting my games.
no, I love it. Yes, all of I. That was one of the questions that I didn't get to ask you. Which
Mm.
was like, yeah, what are some of your future goals and things that we can help you achieve if there was any. So those are some of them.
Yes, yes, yes. We do have a future game that will be coming, but I don't know when, but it is big, and you will see me. It's
Oh,
big,
are
big.
you gonna
It is
VO
big.
it? Is there any?
If my company asks me, I will do it.
That's
I
it.
will
They
do it.
gotta ask you. I'm
You
gonna
gotta do it.
send them a message. Excuse me, may you please add Mimi as a voiceover character,
Character.
or just in general have her say things in the game? Thanks.
And last, I will highlight. I'm like, this is me, guys. Oh my god,
Yeah.
my 10-second of fame.
I love it. All right. Well, it seems like you answered all of our questions, Mimi. So thank you
Awesome.
so much. I'm so thank again, I already said this, but thank you so much for your time and for
hmm
chatting it up with me and being a part of this baby project that I have going on. I
Of
hope you enjoyed, and
course.
I hope everyone at home, I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. That's pretty much it. All right.
Okay.
Bye,
Bye, y'all.
friends.